Hi, I'm Lindsay Konzak, editor of Modern Distribution Management at MDM.com. I'm here speaking with Bob Conti, Senior Vice President of the Alexander Group and President of Sales Apex. Welcome, Bob.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. I've enjoyed to have the opportunity to speak with your group today.
Bob, could you tell us a little bit about the Alexander Group and Sales Apex and kind of what you do?
Sure. The Alexander Group is a sales management consulting firm that focuses exclusively on improving the effectiveness of sales organizations. And we really tend to work with large, complex sales organizations that are business-to-business sellers that use multiple channels of distribution to sell products. On the other hand, our sister company, Sales Apex, is a software company that really provides business intelligence software specifically tailored to the wholesale distribution market. We've created a tool that helps answer questions that the sales reps, sales managers, and business leaders would have about their customers and get immediate access to the answers to any question they may have about customers. And what we've really found is by combining both the consulting expertise that our consultants bring with the specific tools that are usable for managers, we're able to really drive real results for both distributors and manufacturers.
Thank you, Bob. Today's topic is supplier-distributor partnerships, arguably a key component of the sales growth for both the supplier and the distributor. Let's start by defining partnership. What does this mean for a distributor and a manufacturer?
Lindsay, actually, that sounds like a simple question, but in fact, it kind of has many elements to the answer. If we were to look up partnership in the dictionary, it'd say something like a partnership is an arrangement between parties where they agree to cooperate to advance their mutual interests. But to truly understand partnerships, we really must decipher what's really being said and what's not being said. All too often, when I go out, I hear both distributors and manufacturers talk about partnerships. What they're really saying is things like, give me a better price, or what I want you to do is to go out and aggressively sell my product. So in fact, when distributors think about partnerships, in many cases it's really a code word for things like, we need better pricing. We need better terms. We want exclusive distribution. We need better support of your products. We need co-op advertising. We need customized or exclusive products for our markets. On the other hand, when manufacturers talk about partnerships, they're generally saying things like, sell all of our product line. Don't just sell our core products. Sell our products to new accounts. Don't be an order taker. Go out and sell the value of our product. So what should it really mean? To me, a good partnership means for a distributor that they've got the correct mix of both products and services that are going to achieve their bottom line results. And for a manufacturer, it means that they have a complementary distribution channel that will help them efficiently increase both sales and profitability for their business. And partnership is really getting these two objectives working together in a harmonious manner.
What impact does a natural business cycle have on the partnership between a distributor and manufacturer, and why is this important?
Well, as we look at the market and we look at businesses, they tend to evolve through, as we sort of view it, as a four-phase process, and that all businesses throughout the course of their lives move through these four phases. And I'll talk a little bit about each of those phases so you can understand, and then I'll talk about it from both a distributor's perspective and from a manufacturer's perspective, because once again, the partnership is bringing the two together. So during the startup phase of a business, it's really, the focus is all about volume growth. Businesses are really striving to grow as quickly as possible by exploiting the uniquenesses that they bring to the market. As a manufacturer, it may be a new or unique product. As a distributor, it may be moving into a new underpenetrated market with a unique value proposition. The keys to successful partnership is all about accelerating growth during this phase. Manufacturers see distributors as a quick and effective channel to really get in and increase customer coverage, and distributors view manufacturers by the nature of the products that they can bring to help expand their customer penetration. So that's usually what happens sort of during that first startup phase, where growth rates are accelerating. During the second phase, which we call the volume growth phase, and this is when companies are really enjoying periods of rapid volume growth. It's kind of the heyday of any business, where the volumes are increasing, and the solution to most problems during this phase is really just simply sell more. Distributors are looking to increase the number of suppliers during this phase, so they're looking for more products and improving their product mix. Usually they're looking at increasing the number of distribution centers that they have to get better coverage out in the marketplace. Their sales forces are growing. And they tend to be growing through a point of what I'll call replication. It's doing a lot more of the same of what we're doing. So if we've done it well, twice before, let's do it 10 times now. During this phase as well, manufacturers are really looking to expand their product offerings. So they're increasing the number of lines that they're producing and manufacturing. They're also looking to increase the number of distribution points. So they're usually out in the market trying to find new distributors that can sell their market. So the primary driver to profitability during this second phase is really still top-line growth. Unfortunately, what happens is, as the market continues to mature, the way to get top-line growth is generally through discounting price. And this price erosion is really what is creating a whole series of systemic problems for both the manufacturers and the distributors. While the overall gross margins may be increasing, the underlying business costs are increasing at an ever faster rate. Something has to give. And generally what we see across the board is overall reduction efforts. Distributors start looking at reducing the number of low-performing distribution centers. They start looking at customers and vendor profitability. They even start to work on reducing the commission rate that are being paid to their sales organization. Manufacturers during this phase are also looking to figure out how do we reduce costs. They're looking at their product costs, their manufacturing costs, and yes, the cost of the products that are really being sold to the distributors. One of the important things is during this phase is in this reevaluation point, they're really looking at reducing the number of distributors that are carrying their line. So they went from the earlier phase where they're increasing and adding distributors to here now they're saying, do we really make money with this distributor? Should we be reducing them and having a distributor consolidation? So on both sides, what you see is this is a period where sort of the CFOs are having significant impact in the decision-making process. Whereas in the earlier phases, much of the decision-making process was really being driven by vice presidents of sales because it was all about growth, whereas now we're looking at costs. And then finally, as companies move into the final phase, the one that we sort of refer to as optimization, it's really the most challenging phase for any business. Both distributors and manufacturers really need to now figure out how to reposition themselves in the market. They've got to learn how to better manage and grow their business using different approaches. In some cases, some companies have to get smaller before they can get bigger. In other cases, it means taking a hard look at a lot of the non-profitable aspects of the business. No longer do we see this kind of idea that all business is good business, but in fact they start to say, what business is good business? And companies really now need to be very selective in who they partner with, who they sell to, and how they cover the market. So the role of distributors are going to change during this final phase, and it's going to be a much more focused role that distributors are going to play for manufacturers. So what does all this mean for partnerships? What it means is the word partnership means different things to different companies as they evolve through these different phases. And you, as you're thinking about this, really must understand, what are the true motivations of your partner, and are they the same motivations that you have? If you're a more mature company in the optimization phase as a manufacturer, and you're trying to work with a distributor that's in a startup or volume growth phase of their business, you need to understand what their motivations are, and they need to understand what your motivations are. And that's really the challenge that the most companies have, is truly understanding how those change and making sure that you're linking up what you're going to be offering to the distributor or to the manufacturer and what they're looking for.